Hey everyone, how you doing? Let me just check the microphone is okay, and we are live. Hey, it's Imran Web Squadron. How you doing? It is Tuesday, the 3rd of October, and this morning has been what I like to call the chugging along morning. It's where I like to reply to some emails that I didn't reply to from yesterday or even Sunday night because I forgot, sorting out a few admin things, planning ahead as well for what I'm going to do after the live chat, an impromptu video. Hey Tice, how you doing? So someone asked for so I released a video today which is all about the setup in terms of like the studio, the equipment. I gave you a very quick tour of the room. It's not a very detailed tour, but it's a very quick tour. The equipment, the layout, the lights and all of that. And because I'm using OBS, someone was like, yeah, are you getting it? Are you getting right? So let me just double check if there is a drop in the quality. Let me just stop. Hold on a minute. There we go. What about now? What about now? Hey, Stacy. Hey, John. What about now? Is the quality any better, John? Hey, Naveen. How you doing? Hey, Rakib. So is the quality any better now? Hey Bobby, how many of you? I was streaming to LinkedIn as well, but I've now stopped the LinkedIn stream because I think that was causing a bit of an issue. Hey Nick, hey Tarakangas, hey, how you all doing? So, an impromptu question. Yeah, there you go, John. It was because I was streaming to LinkedIn as well, so I will bear that in mind. Hey Dave Dan, how you doing? So someone asked when I did the studio video, can you tell us more about OBS and the settings that we use there? So I've done an impromptu video on OBS and the audio and the screen settings and the setup. And hopefully I will get that video out later on. Hey, Paul, by the way, if you are part of the Elementor website course, can you please just let me know if you find any issues. You don't have to do it here, but do email me. And for those of you that are on the course, hey Artif, my good friend, how are you doing? For those of you that are on the course, there is a very special grid builder discount code for course members. Okay. I spoke to the plugin company, the developers, and they gave me a special code. And guess what? I've got another special code thing coming out in a couple of weeks. I'm going to record a few videos though. I'm not going to say what it is, so don't start guessing, or you can guess. But I'm going to record about 4 or 5 tutorials for another plugin company. And don't worry, ground pets, don't worry. I mean, by the way, though, if anyone does want to go live, join in with me. You can click this link and you can join in as well. But there's going to be a special code coming out in 2 weeks' time. And let me tell you now, this code is a whopping 50% off the full price. This isn't a Black Friday deal. This is something that when you use that code, you can use it as many times as you want. And until that company say, Imran, we're fed up of you, or the other way around, or something drastic happens. But I'm not going to tell you what that is until I've done videos. Basically, I want to give my thanks back to them. They're not commissioning me, right? There's no affiliate commission. I make nothing of it. I kid you not, I make nothing of it. But because they are willing to do this for me, because I asked them last week and they went and spoke to their team and then they came back and they went and spoke to their team, we now have an agreement. I'm going to do 4 or 5 very special videos for them. Okay. And I will tell you now, this plugin complements Elementor. All right. But that's all I'm going to say. But don't start guessing. All right. Don't start. Okay. I'll let you know. It's no, I'm not. I will not let you know. Okay, I'll let you know. It's GoDaddy. It's GoDaddy. You're going to get a special discount off GoDaddy. With this coupon code, you get 24/7 ultra finesse site support, customer support from GoDaddy. Let's be honest here, right? There is no coupon in the world that could guarantee that, right? So question, absolutely, Dave. The trouble is, though, that coupon is only going to be for course members. I do have to kind of draw a line. If I give it out to everyone, that's kind of defeats the object of why I went and got this really special code. Okay, it is gonna, you got to be part of the course, right? And when you're part of the course, you'll get it. Hey, Newfal, how you doing? Now, Grandpets or Jonathan says these one-off price. No, Grandpets. So let me break it down. Okay, some of these plugins you have to pay annually, right? And the plugin I'm going to give you, hey George, hey Mia, you do pay annual, but every year you will pay 50% off. So when it renews, you're still paying 50% off. Okay. That's the buy-in. Okay. And I think a lot of people will use it. And one of the other reasons why I'm doing the videos is so that if you've never used these plugins before, and you will have heard of them, and I've never covered them either, and that's a big clue. When you see them in action, you might suddenly go, oh yeah, I'm going to use it. I might not. By the way, you've seen the color wall. I've painted the wall. I painted the walls. Yeah, so George, hey, hey, Carapos, how are you doing? So, George, the for the Elementor course members, hey Mark Harris, how are you doing? For the Elementor course members, okay, if you're part of the course, I've negotiated a 50% discount on a suite of plugins. Aha! It's not just one plugin, there's 4. Aha! What is this I say? There are 4 plugins. Aha! There's going to be 4 plugins. Hey MD Jadan, and you're going to get a discount. However, it's not a lifetime discount. I can't be that. I can't push a company to do that because they don't offer that. But the annual cost each year, you will get 50% off. Now, what you have to remember, right? Now, what you have to remember, if you are using this on a client's website, you will get the client to pay you full price, but you'll get it at 50%. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So you as an agency or a freelancer can make income off this. It's not an affiliate. There's no affiliate link, okay? You do not sign up as an affiliate. It just means that when you get it at 50% off. Anyway, we did that for Grid Builder. 20% off, but you got to be in the course if you want to be part of that. Thank you, Mohammed, for that. I thank you. Okay, my dear friend. Thanks very much. Artif says, you should have a more right. Yeah, do you know Artif? Bricks yellow. No. Nicholas, are you watching still? I don't know. I have nothing against the color pink. I just find that. Then again, right, I'm going to say I don't like it, but then again, it is the Elementor identity. And if you take Bricks and Breakdance, they're both yellow, different shades of yellow, but they're yellow. Then you have sub plugins that are different shades of gray or black or red. Elementor, name another page builder solution that uses pink, reddish pink, and purpley pink, and all of that, lilac. Name someone else who does that. Yasser, you're the man, Yasser. How you doing? So name another page, but go on, get your thinking hats on. So even though, let me just quickly. Even though Elementor is that pinkish color, they stand out, don't they? Because I've always felt that when Bricks came out with the yellow, and then Breakdance came out with yellow and black as well. I hate to be funny here, but I didn't Breakdance think, well, Bricks is already out. We're now creating Breakdance. Oh, Bricks, Bricks is a contender to Elementor. We got Elementor, we got Bricks. They are in competition. It happens. Why did Breakdance go with yellow as well? Surely from your marketing point of view, you'd go, well, we go with something a little different, maybe. But then again, look, it works for them. I'm the only one who's got a bit of an issue with it. Um, so Dave says with Elementor 3.7, they're slowly. Yeah, yes. I thought that was just me. Um, I haven't done a video on Elementor 3.17 beta because there's a few improvements, but there wasn't anything I felt major enough for me to go and do a video. There wasn't like a major feature. There's some tweaks here and there. The bit about the page speed, I haven't tested that out yet, but there wasn't anything to make me go, you know, "Meh, I really need to do a video on this." Yes, here's Nicholas makes a good point. Nick does. It is. I have nothing against the color pink. I think it's because I wasn't used to seeing page builders using pink as their dominant color. They always tend to go with a bold color or a mixture of bold colors. But when you think about it, when you go to elemental.com, the pink color doesn't bother you, does it? Really? It doesn't bother us. I think the point where the pink color became a little bit of a talking point is when we shifted from having green buttons for the update to pink. But now, I have to be honest, when it first came out, I was like, I don't like this. I don't like the pink update button. Where's my green button? Now it does not bother me. So I'm now going to reach out to all of you. Like literally, I am stroking your face right now. Can you feel that? I'm stroking your face. I'm stroking your face, okay? When it first came out, I think a lot of us were like, ooh, that's a big change. But now, does it bother you? I use Elementor every day. I'm doing either tutorials or working on a client's website or doing something. It does not bother me now. And I might need to put a video out to explain this because 4 months ago, I was like, whoa, what's going on? Now I'm not so bothered. It's a weird one, isn't it? You acclimatized to it. And by the way, George has got a plugin, okay? What was it called again, George? GN, which is George his name, okay? What's the plugin name? George, put the name down here for your plugin. And it's okay, you're not doing a promo. You are a founding member, okay, of Web Squadroneers when we started going live, and you have stuck around. You've got hair, you've shaved your hair, you've grown your hair, you've shaved your hair, you've grown your hair, and then you grew your hair more and more and more and more and more. Now we can't even see your face, but if you do want to do that, you can do. But I do feel like I'm not so bothered by the colors. And Nicholas, if you're listening, I hope you can put that out there. Exactly. Dave says it as well. I remember, Dave, you were bothered as well when it first came out, but yeah, it no longer bothers. Yeah, it's when you acclimatize. Like, look, you know me, always ramming Pepsi Max down my throat, a glorious throat as well. Now I have maybe 1 or 2 bottles, normal bottles like this, of Pepsi Max a week. Every day now, it's just concentrated orange in sparkling mineral water. The first 2 or 3 days, I was kind of like, Now, I love this. It's my go-to drink now. I do like to have the odd Pepsi Max. If I'm going to have a takeaway, I like to have a Pepsi Max. But this is my go-to drink now. Yeah, great drink. Anyway, let me just double check what's coming on now. Traditional design use cold. Yes, they do, Nick. They do. They use cold colors. Yeah. And like I said, the pink is quite okay. Oh, no GN in this one. Hey, Andrew, how are you doing? And Mark makes a very good point. We do have bigger problems to worry about than the color of the UI to a point. Don't forget to smash the like button as well. Ground Pets, I had a pizza on Saturday night. Oh man, was it scrumptious. Boy, was that a good, lovely, spicy special pizza. Nicholas, are you going to the Elementor Day on November the 2nd in Berlin? Are you going to be there, Nicholas? Are you going? I bet you are, I bet you are going. John Cyanides, I'm struggling to achieve a specific loop grid layout for my portfolio. Can I email you a screenshot? Yeah, go for it. Email it and I might stick it on. Do you mind if I stick it on screen? Or I might not be able to, depending on how you do it. Email it over, my friend. And if you want to know what the email is, let me just paste it here, websquadron.uk. And please don't forget, did I paste that? Yeah, I did. Don't forget, if you do want to join in the live chat, you can. Oh, Nicholas, you're not going to be there. Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. Yeah, so if anyone does want to join the live chat, you can do. You can come on screen. You know, it's totally okay. Oh, I just realized I took my watch off. I've been charging my watch up because I like to walk on my treadmill when I am working in the morning. Emailed. I can't when I'm recording, but when I'm working, usually by this time I'm already down to like 40% of my watch battery life. In the morning, it's 100%. I really hate the battery life on these because they don't. If you do a lot of exercise, they don't last very long at all. Excellent. Thanks, John. You've just emailed it. I'm going to have a quick look. Emmanuel just started using Elementor in July, built only 3 sites, and I actually never noticed the pink till you mentioned it. Do you know what? It's because you've just started using it. So for some of us, we've gone from green to pink, but now it does not bother me at all. Hey, and Andrew, don't you worry, mate, okay? Because we've got more tutorials coming up, okay? I'm going to be recording more. I am creating some more hero banners and I'm going to put them into there so you can download them and use them. Mark says, have I decided to go? Not yet, Mark, is my answer. Desi Marketer, what are your views about Elementor versus Bricks? Okay, look, I can tell you now that from the get-go, Bricks has better optimization than Elementor from the get-go. But once you start building, you're going to find they're actually very closely the same. And you're still going to need to use optimization plugin and code snippets on a Bricks website as much as Elementor. In terms of clean code, I will admit Bricks is cleaner. There is less there's less JavaScript. There is less code in the back end. However, if you build the same website, when you compare the DOM and all of that, because you're using containers, they're not that dissimilar. What is really different, though, between Bricks and Elementor are, for me, the global classes. Because there are occasions where Bricks allows you to be more inventive. But then there are some stuff that you get inside Elementor that when you go to Bricks, it's not there. And then you've got to think out the box to make it work. So there's pros and cons. And I personally feel that I will decide on my page builder based on my end audience or client. Are they going to look after the website or am I? Because if they're going to look after it, is Bricks the best solution for them? Because there's a higher chance they'll break or crack it, especially with the global class solution that we have over on there. Imran Tawakanga says, what is your opinion about plugin? I wouldn't use it. In fact, Tawakangas, why do they want you to use it? So tell me why they want you to use it. John. By the way, I have got your email. I haven't read it yet, but yeah, I'm going to dig a little bit deeper into that as well. Desi Marketer. Oh no, I've answered that question. Sorry, I've done that one. Bricks is very advanced. Nicholas says new software, more optimized. This is what I mean. Bricks does some stuff really well, but then there are some stuff that Elementor does really well, and I personally feel like I don't like to get caught up in the what is better. Because then you might as well say, well, what about Breakdance? What about Quickly? What about Spectra? What about Wix? What about hardcore HTML, CSS? Full site editing. Don't even use a page builder. What about Hello? What about Blocksy? For me, you start to go into like the amount of variables. There's so many, it becomes difficult. But you get what I'm saying, don't you, my friend? Right, I'm now going to just very quickly open up John Cyanides' portfolio. I'm going to try and show this on screen. I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can share my screen. Window. Yes, I can. Here we go. So I'm now going to share this on screen. Okay, so let me try and let's do. Why is this only showing it like that? There we go. Right. So John is trying to make this layout using Elementor's loop grid, but I'm not sure if it's doable. Right. There are two ways you could do this. You could have two child containers. Oh no, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Well, yes, you could, yeah. So what you would do is you would have a loop grid, right? You would have a big grid over here for can you see my mouse? I don't think you can. No, there you go. Over here you would have like a template for that. Uh Sorry, let me get this right. You would have a template for this and you would set it to be this size. And then you would have an alternate template for loop grid for item 1, and it does not repeat, which would be this big over here. I don't know, we could probably try and have a change the drop down indicate. Oh, hold on. Also, I can't seem to change. If you inspect that, you should be able to change that. I might pull together a video that explains it, but shall we do this on screen right now? Shall we do this on screen? What do you think? Should we do this on screen? What say you, my friend? Should we do this right now? Should we do it? Should we have a go? Have a go. Right. Okay. Let's go over to a page, and I'm gonna go to edit test. Is it this page I can go to? I forget my pages sometimes. Right. So let me now remove from the scene. Let me share my screen. Let me go to this window here. Share that. Add to scene. Right. Okay. So, right. So we're now going to go and drop in a loop grid over here. This might not work, by the way, because I can't remember what posts I've got. Anyway, let's go and create a template. Save changes. Right. We're just going to drop into here a container like that. This container, I'm going to make it be, I'm going to pretend my container for the whole page is 1000 pixel, right? So I'm going to say make this be not 500. This is going to be 250 in width, and the height for this will be 250 as well. So we make a square, zero out. We have zero column gap, all of that, blah, 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 blah. We'll have a feature. What should we do? What should we do? We'll do a featured image, right? And I'll set this to be a full. And I'll also just do a post title as well. No, 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 no. I don't know what you want to do, right? So I'm just going to go do an image. I'm going to make this just be 100%, 100%, and the height of it is going to be 100% as well. Right. I'm just going to do that. And then I'm going to hit save and back, and we jump back as well. Okay, so what we have, why is this not showing it? Loop grid. Do I do have posts, don't I? I can't remember now if I've got any posts in this website. Did I have posts? Wait, I've got posts, haven't I? Yes, I have got posts. What have I done wrong? I've done something wrong. What have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? Posts. Feed. Oh, damn it. I've just remembered there is no featured image on some of these posts. On this website, I don't think I've got featured image on. No, yeah, I haven't. Right, okay, let me just go back a step. Sorry, just bear with me, right? If I go over to my loop grid, if I go to query, if I go with date ascending order, there you go, right. So I have got some images in there, right. Let me now just edit this template again, just so I can see what we're doing over here. Okay, so let's just go here. I'm now going to set the height of this image to be 250 as well. And I'm going to set it to be a cover like that. So what we get is our square pattern like that. Are you following me so far? So I've just gone and added in some featured images. Right. So there we have our loop grid at the moment. I'm now just going to go into my style, and I'm going to set my gap to be 0, 0 at the moment like this, okay? I'm also going to set my container to be a boxed width of 1000, and there's a reason I'm doing this, okay? I'm then going to go back over to my loop grid, and I'm now going to create an alternate template, right? So we're now going to add an item. No, not add item. We're now going to click that. Come on. Where's my template? Oh, there you go. Create template. Sorry, I was a bit blind then. Is the screen blurred? Check your resolution in case the screen is appearing blurred. It should be okay. It should be all right. Anyway, I'm now going to drop into here a featured image again. I'm going to make this be a full. I'm going to set the container for this to be a boxed width of 500 and a height of 500. I'm going to make the image in here be 100%. But I'm going to set the height of this to be a 500 as well. I'm going to set it to be a cover. You can't see anything yet because I haven't. It's when I basically go back again in a moment, you'll see it. This is loop item 4998. I'm going to go over here and I'm now just going to type in 4998. There it is. So what will happen is we now have an alternate template. This is going to be position 1. Can you see it's now? Hold on, that's not 500. What have I done there? I might need to rethink this because I'm now thinking that this might not work because I've now got a bad feeling this might not work. Yeah, this isn't going to work. I've just realized because of the wrap effect, you see. This is because of the wrap effect. Right, okay. I'm now going to rewind, okay? I'm now going to rewind, everyone, okay? Let me get rid of the alternate template. Here's what you want to do, John. Here's what you do. You do a flexbox with a container with 2 containers, all right? You make your containers, you make your parent container be a certain size, all right? I'm going to go with 0 everything out. Let me just 0 these out as well. This container as well. Let me 0 out the margin and padding. Make sure they are full width. Yeah, that's okay. I'm then going to take this loop grid that I just created and stick it into here, right? This loop grid, let me get rid of it now. This loop grid that we have here, I'm going to set this to be a 2 and a 4 like that. So we get that square. I'm then going to go into my query and I'm going to say exclude offset 1. Offset 1, okay? So it now misses the very, can you see the first post with the person on the mountain? It misses that one out. I'm then going to copy that and I'm going to paste this over here. I'm now going to change this to just be 1 and 1. So 1 column, 1, 1, 1 like that. And I could, if I want, I'm going to go to my loop grid and I'm now going to use the other one I created, which was 4998, that one, which is now going to be that big. And you can basically see what it's doing. Oops. Let me just save that because I nearly broke it. I've lost my train of thought now. I've literally lost my train of thought. Yeah, so hold on, where are we? Why is my page gone funny? Why am I only seeing the parent? Edit template. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Let me just 0 that out like that. Make sure the featured image is okay. We go back to edit the template. No, I don't want to edit the template. I want to edit the page. Edit page. Sorry. Edit the page. Right. Edit the page. So you can see what I'm doing. So what you have now, right? Can you see here? So if I now just go over to my containers, right? And we go to container number 1, loop grid. I'm going to go to my query and I'm going to say, there is no offset, right? There is no offset. So every time you update your post, this will always be number 1. This will be number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Now, I've not added in any gaps. I've just popped in image. You would have created the layout you did. If I had more time, I actually would have used a call to action widget. So you've got the title overlaying on top of the image. So 2 containers, 2 different loop grids, and it would work very, very well. I hope that helped, mate. All right. I hope that helped. And I might turn that into a video tutorial now. Does that deserve to be a video tutorial? Does it deserve to be a video tutorial? What say you? What say you, my friends? I think it does, doesn't it? Hey, the geek Mark, how are you doing? Hope you're all right. Right, back onto full screen again over here. I'm just going to double check. I don't think I've missed any comments. Don't think I missed any. Whoops, Daisy. Has my screen gone blank? Has my screen gone blank? Am I full screen? Am I still on live stream? Am I still on live stream? For some reason. I am still on live stream, aren't I? Am I still streaming, everyone? For some reason, my screen doesn't look right on. Oh, there we go. There, it's fine now. So what was happening was the small screen was present, so I've just had to switch the settings. Thanks, by the way, Nick. You take care, my friend. Yeah, look, if you've not signed up for the course yet, you are missing out. So I'm just going to pop the link in for the course, which is learnwebsquadron.co.uk. I definitely think you should go for it if you are not already signed up. There is no discount coupon now. That offer has run out. We will be doing something maybe near Black Friday, maybe not, but there's loads of discounts and stuff I'm going to be dropping in coupon codes for plugins that run indefinitely. So you can use them at any time you can. Anyway, I'm glad we were able to sort John Cyanidis out. I mean, John does make a good point, though. Whatever you do with that, you do have to go and check it on the mobile as well. And to be honest, though, when you get to the mobile, you're probably going to have like post, 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 post. So where you got one post and then you got four over there, you would actually just have one, 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 one anyway. And that's easy to set up when you go to your mobile view. But yeah, I think it's definitely a tutorial that I will definitely do. So I'm going to make a note of that so I don't forget. I'm just going to call it the John Cyanidis loop grid. That won't be the title of the video, by the way, okay? Yeah, I mean, when you do it, I mean, because when you do it live, you slightly rush it. And I was doing it, and then it did in my mind. I did keep thinking because it's going to be double the height. I bet it pushes number 3 and 4 down, and it did. But it's easy to rectify, isn't it? Because you've built the loop grid, fine. Just copy it, and you've got them both. You just reuse them in your layout, and I think that's the one thing I was very good at when I worked in the NHS kind of thing. Yes, that's one of the things I think I was quite good at in the NHS in terms of how you have a problem and everyone else starts panicking. Hey, Erica, how are you doing? Some people start panicking. This ain't working. That ain't working. It's going to take 4 days to sort out. Oh my God, what do we do? And I would often just be sat there and go, but you could do this. It's not perfect, but it gets you over the line for today. And now you know there's a problem. You, and you, sort it out. You go work on it. But you shouldn't just go, oh, panic. That's what a lot of people do. I've worked in the NHS for 20 years. I can tell you now, there's too much doom mongers, all right? One little thing goes wrong, boom, everything shuts down. Everything. Boom. Da-dum. Literally the Netflix da-dum, da-dum, right? No, what you need are people who come in and go, here's what we're going to do about it. And I love it when on a live chat we're able to find a solution or some form of a solution. Smith asks a question. He says, any view about elegant theme Divi? No, I don't. George, if you're still... All right, let's just do a call out for George. This is a message for George. If you are listening, any view about an elegant theme for Divi? This is a Divi message for George. Okay? John says, will it work on desktop and mobile? What, that solution, John? Absolutely. And when I do the tutorial, I'll show you desktop and the... John, here he is. Here he is. Let's let him in. Hey, John.
Oh, hello. I have one question from that. Question is, we've seen the desktop side. What's it going to look like on the mobile side?
All right, let's I tell you what, let's go and add it then. Let's go and let's add the scene in. Let's put it in there we go. Right. So, what will happen is that's your desktop. When you get to the mobile, this is what it will look like. So what you do is you know how these look here at the moment? All you're going to do is go in, edit the template for this one. And because, let me make sure I'm on the right
And
one.
here's a solution to, just as a reminder, folks. Imran has already done videos on how to make these images look really good on the mobile side.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So what you would do is because they are 250, I know the smaller ones are 250. I just changed the mobile setting to be 250. If I now go back to, and it's on cover still, and I go back to edit the page, uh, the parent, oh, sorry, one more thing you need to do is you need to also go to the parent container and just set the height for that to be 250 as well. So all you do is you're just going to modify it. And so there you got post one, post two. So on the mobile, they look consistent. When you get to the desktop, you still have what you want. So you can apply different settings for the tablet and mobile. So it's pretty simple and easy to do. But yeah, good point, John. But I will make sure that whoa, we just zoomed in onto John's face then.
That's not a pretty sight. And no, I don't live in my car, Mark Harris. Thank you very much. I'm in a van, not a car.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So right, just gonna double check now. Elegant, right? George has come back to something that Smith asked about an elegant theme. So that's a company that makes themes. I know that looks like naked themes, but George was meant to say makes themes on there. And George is now, I think George is answering your question, to be honest, Smith. So please do have a read of that. Okay, I can tell you now, John, there's never enough Johns in the world. I can tell you
Oh,
now, when you
come
have a
on, come
problem,
on.
there's always a John to help sort you out. I can tell you that now.
No,
There's
there
always
isn't. He knows how to disconnect his connection.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, so I've just got to edit a video today. So if anyone is using OBS to record videos, there are some very important settings you should consider for your audio. So on EV this is not OBS now because I'm using EV to multi-stream with John coming in as well. If you are going to do use OBS, please pay attention to the video that's coming out in about 3 hours time. And some people have said to me, Imran, what are you doing? You've put out 2 videos which are nothing to do with WordPress. Look, I get asked this question a lot about the equipment, the mobile phone, how you hooked it up, what are you doing? So you don't have to pay any attention to today's videos, but treat it as a break from WordPress. And if any of you are thinking about doing YouTube videos or streaming or just anything like that, the solutions I'm telling you, you can practically use for free. Okay. If you don't want 4K quality, you can do everything for free. That's the beauty of it. But if you want 4K, you're going to have to get the re-incubate camo app, or you might have a 4K camera as well. But I don't know about you, John, but all of these companies, when they say, hey, 4K, it's never really 4K, is it? Have you ever I mean, other than your phone, like right now, the quality of right now, I can see the little bit of stubble on your chin. The quality is top
Oh,
notch.
cheers, mate. Cheers.
No,
That's it. Oh.
I can make it out.
Hang on a minute. I've had a shave today. Have you?
No, I trimmed yesterday. I use it like a trimmer, but my hair grows
All right.
super fast.
I just want to encourage anybody who's on there that thinks they need to have a super duper camera to come onto this live stream. Mobile, as you can tell, it still works.
Yeah,
You can still, in theory, hear me. I'd also want to encourage you that the camera quality can be good. It's not your camera; it's Imran's system that's better.
Absolutely, yeah. And I would just say, yeah, that right now John is coming through super, super clear. Like, and right, I'm looking at YouTube Studio over here. You're coming through absolutely fine. And that's the other thing as well. You don't have to have a 4K camera. Just use your phone if you want. Hold it up or put it on a tripod or somewhere like that if you want to join the live chat. You don't even need a special microphone. You're just going to use the microphone that's built into your phone. But it is something that I went through a massive love-hate relationship with buying 4K cameras from Amazon. You plug them in, and the quality was 1080p. It was
And
never,
you did a video on it.
yeah,
You did videos on it.
it was never really hardcore 4K. And time again, I kept going, we got to use our phones. Why are we spending money on cameras? Now, the downside, though, is like right now, John's using his phone. So if John got a phone call, you'd have to leave the chat and he's got a phone. Luckily, because I'm using my wife's old iPhone here, if I get a phone call, the camera it doesn't break up and ruin my recording. So if anyone out there is going to use their phone, an Android phone or an iPhone, if you can get an older phone which still has 4K quality, you will like it. Because believe me, there were days when I was recording, I'm really into the recording, and then my phone goes off. And I've got to now stop recording, go and grab my phone, answer the phone, and reposition the camera. And if you've got your camera in a certain location like I have now, just a little nudge and it you notice it and it puts you off.
Can I just encourage a couple of people maybe as well? Last week, if you're into Crockerbot, they did some live streams. Now, if you're watching any of those live streams and didn't get it, trust me, I've had to go through it, Google some of the information because I didn't get parts of it. It was really technical. It just showed to me how AI is advancing. They were using something called Bertha. Now, here
Yeah.
again, Imran has talked about Bertha as the interconnecting platform, but it was quite useful if you're looking at something like Crockablock or ACF, etc. So yeah, a couple of plugs there.
And Ground Pets has just said Crockablock is really confusing. Well, don't you worry because very, very soon I will
You've
be doing
not
some video. I will be
been
doing
persuaded. You
well,
have we finally persuaded you, Imran?
John. Between you and me, hint, hint.
Right? Yeah.
I think you helped persuade me a little bit as well. Okay, so I am now going to be. I will let you know into a secret though. I'm only going to cover um 4 areas of it. So I'm only going to cover jet engine, jet smart filters, appointments, and bookings because I know there's a huge range there, but I personally feel that me or a lot of people are more likely to just use jet engine, jet smart, maybe the appointments, maybe the booking. I can't see everyone using like direct or loads of other funky features. So just to start off with, we will I will be doing that. And if I get a little stuck, I will probably reach out to Mark Harris, who uses jet engine quite a lot. I don't, to be honest though, my aim is to make the videos as intuitive as possible. Because Ground Pets, when you
Yeah.
say you used it once and you gave up on it, I have to admit that's where I was. I went in with the intention of using it and recording videos. I started watching lots of videos and I found myself getting confused. I was going, so they said this, but they say that. What is the most efficient way? Because I don't want to put out a video where you can tell that I'm guessing it. So this week, John.
I right, okay. Now I will confess I have looked at a lot of Crockablock videos. I have looked at a lot of so-called influencers, and when I see them clearly not being 100% sure, it kind of puts me off.
Yeah,
And I think that's what does happen. If you look at delivery that Paul put together, he really was the benchmark
yeah,
for delivery. That's Paul Charlton.
yeah.
I have a question for you, Imran. Have you got any
No.
recommendations for Black Friday?
Now, I do not know specifically the exact details, but Crockablock will have a deal. Grid
Yes.
Builder will have a deal. Elementor will have a deal. Um, Nearly all of the Elementor add-ons, which I don't really recommend all the time, they will have deals. Now, I think some of you may rethink your usage of Crockablock once I do my version of the video. So nudge, nudge, wink, wink, John. I will start going through it this week. Nudge, nudge. Right? You know where I'm going.
Yes, yes, sorted, sir,
Yeah.
sorted.
So I'm going to be going through it this week. And I am going to be looking up. I have looked at Paul's videos before, and I'm going to refresh myself. But because I am also going to kind of go in with what do you need to know, and I'm not planning to record the videos for another 2 weeks. Literally, I'm telling you now. I'm letting you all know. The next 10, 14 days are me in the background, probably spending hours and hours making sure I know what I'm talking about. I don't want to be guessing. I don't want to go, let's do this. Oh, no, actually, I've changed my mind now. I want to be going in from, I basically want to say to you, what would you use Jet Engine for? In fact, I don't think anyone out there has ever really answered that question. We all say you got to use Jet Engine, but if but if I said to anyone, now give me a sentence about why, often we kind of go, well, you need to use it to use other CrocoBlock plugins, but you can
I
use Jet
will
Engine on its own as well. Yeah, go on.
just, as a final point, I will just say the reason why I mention it about Black Friday, folks, is some of you, like me, will be on a budget. Okay, but sometimes the lifetime deals on some of the good plugins are worth the investment.
Yeah,
It was Imran that converted me to Bricks as being my backup. I have to say I use Elementor more than Bricks, but it was his persuasion, me very closely looking at deals, that's ended up helping me build a portfolio of plugins for the sites I deal with, which I then can, in some cases, lifetime deals, find a markup with some of the contracts and deals that I do with my customers. So it's just a bit of marketing practicalities for you.
absolutely. And I do regret not getting like the ACF Pro lifetime when I didn't get it because I wasn't really using ACF that much, and I regret not going for it. But to be honest, it's a funny one that because I like using it when I have to use it, but the bulk of my clients don't need custom fields. So even though and when I do need to use it, they pay for it. So I'm not really so really out of my back pocket. It doesn't really matter that much. But I do agree with that. I still use Elemental more than ever now. I thought it was going to be 50-50 with Bricks, but I'm more Elemental. But if anyone here is considering Bricks, get the lifetime deal when you can, because at some point, Thomas from Bricks is going to start charging annually. It's gonna happen at some point. And the unlimited websites, you pay once. It's like, why wouldn't you? You know, I think Elemental is. Look, a year ago, many of us were like, "Oh, is Elemental still going to be here in 4 or 5 years' time?" I now think it will, and there is something about the fact that they are doing this event in Berlin. I can't wait to find out what they do there. I don't know if it's. I don't think it will be live. I don't know if it's going to be live streamed though, because it's a day long,
Hang on
isn't
a
it?
minute, hang on a minute. Have you not asked Verdi outright? Got all the gossip by now? I'm shocked.
They're not revealing anything. They're not
Dear.
telling. They're not revealing anything. Don't worry. Don't worry. I've asked multiple people. I have my avenues into secret people behind the scenes over there. And I've asked them to go. They're not. I don't think they fully have it fleshed out yet. If I'm honest. Um, and they have asked a lot of influencers and people to
Yeah.
go, but there is no green light at the moment. I know from anyone at the moment that is definitely going, but there is still time. There is still time. I mean, I was looking at the flights and the hotels, and it does add up. It does add up. I mean, the airport. I know which hotel it's at, by the way, but the airport is 26 miles away from the hotel.
That's an expensive taxi fare.
Well, it is. I even checked on Uber that if you were to use an Uber in Germany, it would basically work out at 70 euros to go from the airport to the hotel and then back
So
again.
when can you tell us when the live stream's going to be that we can all connect in from to Elementor in Germany?
Well, again, there's been no details shared. All we know is that there's an event. We don't know if that event is 1 hour, 2 hours, five. It's got to be more. It's got to be a day long because they
Yeah.
wouldn't be doing something like that away from their offices in Israel. People
Mm.
coming over for just 1 hour makes no sense. It's got to be. There must be 3 or 4 webinars or events going on. But yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't know. I don't know. We don't
Cool.
have details yet. But it's but the fact they're doing that kind of now makes you realize that they must have other plans. Some people have been talking um, about what if Elementor goes alone. Elementor is currently WordPress. What if Elementor decide to go alone, like the Wix or Squarespace model?
Mm.
I can't see how that would work though, because it might be Elementor go alone, but it's still at the end of the day WordPress under the bonnet. So, and I did say to this person, why would they do that? Because then there's this option of what if they then say if you want to use third party plugins, you now have to pay for them, like Wix,
Yeah, it would cause me issues, if I may put it that way, with some of the stuff that I'm working on, to actually have to be totally elemental. Period.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did say, like, we were just hypothetically speaking, and I said if they do that, that would be the death knell.
Yeah,
Because the whole reason why people love using WordPress, if
they are
you
more like a lot of companies. They seem to be far more AI focused than anything else. I mean, Crockablock brought Elementor in for one
yeah.
of their sessions last week. I thought that was quite interesting and useful to understand that dynamic. They didn't bring any other site builder in, as far as I'm aware.
Well, I think it's
I might
because
be wrong.
Crockablock, they kind of work hand in hand a little bit with
Yeah.
Elementor in the support. And Lana Miro, who's one of their key people who reaches out sometimes, and she's very supportive of Elementor as well. Um, but yeah, but Crockablock was always meant to be the add-on for
Mm.
Elemental in a way. And this is where I sometimes wonder how far will Elemental go? So we have the loop grid, we have the
Mark's
tax.
comments are quite interesting.
What, the one about Stratic and Ellie hosting? Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so too. Then again, the Stratic conversations have dropped. They've
right.
dropped, and Miriam Schwab, who was the who came from Stratic, when she now is part of the Elemental webinars, it's not ever about Stratic. Have you noticed in the last few? They're just about Elemental and like AI or stuff like that. So I think Stratic has dropped off. I think they've realized that it wasn't the be all and the end all. It's not, we don't, because if you go with like headless, you're going to have issues with WooCommerce. Well, that's now a chunk of your market gone. You're going to have issues with certain I can't remember if it was updates or third party plugins. There you go, you've sliced another chunk of your market away. So unless you do full on headless, you know, um
Mm.
and yeah, I know you get security, but you get security various with other ways as well. And Stratic alone is not going to secure your website. So don't assume, oh, we do headless and we're fully secure. No. If someone's going to hack you, they're going to hack you. Okay. If someone's going to really attack you, they'll do it and they will probably get in. But the LE hosting, I did say to the Elemental people, maybe next week I might revisit Elemental Cloud hosting because there's been so many advancements behind the scenes and there's all this talk about performance boosts and all of that. I'm intrigued because The cloud hosting before I found a little bit slow. The problem I have though is I still have issues with cloud hosting in that you don't get email provided.
SiteGround will be shocked.
I said I'd do a video. That's all. All I said. I'm not gonna. And they have said to me they don't mind if I'm honest. If I can feed back
Right.
the limitation. So it's not I love cloud. No, it's going to be a real honest review. Like, a year on now since my last review, what do I feel now? But I still think a big major issue is the you get your domain, you can move it over to Elementor Cloud Hosting, great. But SiteGround give you email as part of their hosting. Many host providers do. You don't get that with Elemental Cloud, and I still feel like you should offer that. I mean,
To me, that's almost as a key issue to me that you should be able to have emails. You should be able to build that in as part of your provision, because again, it's an extra service customers want to have available. Straight away. They don't want the hassles and the worries about having to try and sort that out separate, particularly when you're dealing with maybe putting a load of emails out together and things like that, and it's going through. You want it simple. Customers want a simple answer to the challenges they've got, and they look to us to actually put that together.
well, it's a bit like, look, you can get your domain from anywhere. I know we always slate GoDaddy, but if you want to get your domain from GoDaddy, that's okay. If you want to get it from 123reg, that's okay. Your domain is just a domain. Who cares about the domain? It's more about your host, where you have SSL, security, hopefully you got backups, staging, all of that. And if the email is provided there, it makes it a million times easier. Whereas if your email has been set up where your domain was set up, and now you're hosted here, MX record, text record, SPF, blah, 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 and it's email doesn't go. Oh, I've got to set up a forwarding account. You got to go here. It starts to get really messy. And
Yeah.
sorting out some of the issues are easy. But let me tell you now, if your website sits on SiteGround or anywhere, and your email is over here, you'll ask them, my email's not sending, and they'll tell you to do X. And then you go here and
Yeah.
they'll say to do Z. And then you're going, well,
Mhm.
so I put the SPF in the text. Why is it? Oh, now I've got to wait 48 hours for propagation. Oh, it didn't work. And then, and your client is going to be mad at you. All right. Because they're going to be like, so you're telling me I've lost 48 hours worth of client customer emails because
Yeah.
and that's where I still feel like Elemental really needs to sort that out. But I will, and if they haven't done it, I will call them out on it. I will do.
Yeah, I mean, propagation, folks. If you don't know what that is, and you're transferring one domain to one place to another, please, 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 please do your homework and
Yeah,
actually say, tell a client it's 72 hours before everything's active.
yeah.
It might not be, it might be a lot less, but it's always better to say it's longer and then get a quicker result. They're happier. I'm going to go in, Ram. Thanks very much for letting me in.
Thank you very much, John. Let's kick John out. Bye, John. Take
I'm,
care.
I'm off.
Bye. Okay, Maddie, can you clarify this one a little bit? Can WooCommerce do automatic sells without the need of extra plugins? When you say automatic sell, obviously someone has to buy it. So when you say automatic sell, what do you mean? What do you mean? Maybe I'm not reading it right, or maybe it's a terminology I'm not accustomed to. But what do you mean by that, Maddie? Can you clarify that? By the way, I've been live for like nearly 59 minutes now. I'm only going to be live for probably a few more because I want to just crack on. And since I've gone live, there are 13. Well, 3 of them are junk. I can tell straight away. But I've got 13 takeaways, 10 emails that I've got to either respond or do something about with them. This is the bit I hate. When you finish a live chat, you stretch your legs and you go, great, 10 emails to go through. Woo. Right, so Maddie has clarified a little bit more, and she says discount on the whole page. Well, you could just build in a discount. You could put a sale price in. You could also put in like a code snippet, I think, which would apply an automatic discount or an automatic coupon code when you get to the cart. So it doesn't matter what they add in. You could do something like that. Yeah, I mean, you do make a good point, Mark. Sometimes I have found propagation can be like seconds, sometimes minutes. There was one occasion where it did literally take 2 days nearly. That was a GoDaddy one as well. How does anyone offer hosting an email? Is the space expected? They seem to want right. So Andrew, when we provided hosting via SiteGround, and we don't provide that anymore, we have legacy clients, but that's a different story. I would say to the client, as part of their monthly fee, they get 500 gigabytes. Was it 500 gigabytes or 500 megabytes? No, it's 500 megabytes. Sorry, they get 500 megabytes worth of storage. It is up to them to delete their deleted and their sent items. If they wanted more, they paid more. They want 1 gigabyte, you pay more. You want 2 gigabyte, you pay more. So decide on when you look at your host provider, your shared space, or however you're doing it, divvy it up. How many clients are you going to allow on there at any one time? Don't have unlimited because it never works like that because the space gets sucked up. Then what is the allocation? You decide on that. And if they think they want more, then you charge more. If they say they want it unlimited, you go, great, you got to pay £1,000 now per month. And they usually change their mind on that point. Hasib, I got a restaurant website. He wants to add food order system. Is that the thing is about Hasib, I can't really help you with that because you are going to have to find a WordPress plugin that works in India. So you may have to do a bit of research. I don't live in India. I am born and bred in the UK. Someone said you sound like you're from the Philippines. I was like, I'm not sure about that. But I can't give you a great answer for take care Tower Kangas for what you should do in India. You're going to have to do a bit of Google and a bit of research on that. Yasser, can I make a tutorial about cron in WordPress? Well, let me have a think about that, Yasser. Okay, I'm not going to say yes, and I'm not going to say no. My problem is whenever I see the word cron, I always think of like Conan the Barbarian. Crom! Which, if you have not watched Conan the Barbarian, the original with Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, not the rubbish stuff that Jason Momoa done, right? You will, if you've watched that, you'll understand a lot more. You know, I mean, James Earl Jones, damn, was he domineering in that. Every time he comes on screen, you get a cold chill down your spine. He had the look of absolute power, didn't he? It's a weird film. It's watchable, but it's one of those weird films, right? It's kind of like, you know, it's a weird film. Don't watch it with your kids. All right. Don't watch it for your kids. I was 8 years old when I first watched it. And I tell you what, you learn a lot about the birds and the bees when you watch Conan the Barbarian. You start to appreciate things. Quick question, CSS question from Friendly Girl. By the way, hi, hope you're okay. If you use minimum 60 REM 90% to determine the container width, which padding works best? Percentage can cause problem. Yeah. I don't like to use percentage because you start to enter what I call is unpredictability. I always like to go for 20 pixel. I have a rule of thumb now. On the desktop, the tablet, the mobile, I set up as 20 and it just filters through. So there's always 20 because I find 20 is peak distance when you're on a mobile. You know, it doesn't look too crammed in or too far away or whatever. I don't like to use percentage. I'll leave that on there in case anyone else has questions. John's from the Philippines. It's a funny one. Someone literally said, like, you sound like you're from the Philippines. I was like, how did we get there? How did we even get to that? Hey, Artiv, yeah, don't worry, mate. I am going to drop off in a few minutes anyway. So Hasib, why does it not work for you in India? Bing! Why does that Gloria food not work for you in India? Is it the language? Is it the way it displays it? Does it not allow you to add your own chutney or mint yogurt or raita yogurt? What is it about the Gloria Food plugin that does not work in India? Don't tell me it's banned. Can't be banned or something like that, right? You want to delete a user who's not been active for 30 days. I'm pretty sure there's a code snippet for that. But then you got to make sure you identify who's not being active. I'm pretty sure there's a code snippet. You know, when you say user, are they a member? Are they, I mean, you also have to make exception. What if they have a reason for not being active for 30 days? Kicking them off just for that could be dangerous. So yeah, 1.2. I mean, look, 1.2 friendly girl isn't 1.2 equal to 16. 20, sorry. So 1.2 times 16. 1.2 times 16 is 19.2, right? So 19.2. So give or take, 1.2 is fine as well. I just tend to go with 20, mainly because I'm not bothered about the responsiveness. I'm saying you're going to be 20, come kingdom come. I don't care. You're always going to be 20, so that might be okay. And we have welcome back to Jimmy. Hey, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're all right. As you can see, Jimmy, I've painted the walls again. I've painted the walls again. It's all looking pretty damn good at the moment. Jimmy, I was about to shoot off. So I'm going to give you 1 minute of Imran time before I shoot off, my friend. How is Belgium these days? How's things going? Mark, yeah, I saw your correction there, but don't worry about it. Please don't forget to smash the like button. Please don't forget, if you're not already signed up to the our learning course for Elementor website course, please do go and sign up. And don't forget to go and check out our roadmap as well, because we have pulled together some exclusive offers. You can also see that you pay once, the course does not stand still. New modules, new lessons, new bonuses, new templates. That is something. Hey Brian, how are you doing? Brian, I'll give you a minute as well, Brian. Okay, so we're gonna start from now. What was I gonna say? What was I saying? The course, Elementor course. It's not a case of this is all you get. And now I'm going to do some Croco block lessons, but you got to pay extra for that. Now I'm going to do an LMS load of lessons. You got to pay extra for that. My intention is not to do that. Okay? Unless someone says you really should, which I don't think they will. Any new lessons that we do are going to get added onto the course as new modules, add-ons, and you will see them. You can access them because I want to keep giving stuff away to you. I don't want to drip. I mean, we start off with 50 lessons. It's now gone up to 54. 4 new lessons were added on Monday. That's not drip feeding because you've got what you paid for. What you paid for, I've delivered, but now I'm going to give you more. And I'm very passionate about always giving out more, which is why we do the YouTube channels in the first place. Jimmy, no join in today. You can join in if you want. You can join in, Artif. However, I'm going to jump off Artif in about 1 minute, okay? And John Fairest was live earlier today. Why would you delete? Oh yeah, sorry, that's a question from Grandpence. Gloria Food only works in USA. Why though, Hasib? Hasib, have you contacted Gloria? Contact Gloria and say, hey Gloria, There's some damn nice fine cookies you're cooking there. I love the look of your dough. But if I want to use your plugin, Gloria Food, is it going to work for me in India? And then end it with namaste or something like that. Okay. And I'm sure she'll get back to you and kind of clarify it's okay. Yeah, so friendly girl, that discount, which is only available if you're part of the course, is 20% initial and 20% every year afterwards if you continue to use it, friendly girl. It's indefinite. You're always going to get that 20% off, right? 20% initial, 20% going on from that. Pinnacle, is it possible to have shrinking menu? Right, okay, look. The code I've put together works with Elementor Pro Header. I would have to go and have a think about that. And it very much depends on if you're using another third-party plugin or another Elementor add-on. So it's not an urgent thing for me. I'll be honest. I'm not going to rush out to do it, but I will have a think about it. Okay, yeah, cheers, Artif. Don't you worry, mate. I am now going to shoot off because I've now got a total of 16 emails. 3 of them are junk. No, yeah, 3 of them are junk. 13. One of them was for someone who wanted to have a one-to-one consultation with me later on today. So I need to go and sort stuff out now. All right, look, take care, everyone. I will catch you all soon. Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe. And I will see you tomorrow with that. All right. So yeah, for just to clarify, okay, if you do get the grid builder, it's 20% off. It is annual. It is an annual thing, right? You can't get away with that, but it is 20% off every year, okay, while you have that. Right, everyone, I'm going to jump off now. See you soon. Take care.